we have a banger void breakdown for you. If you guys didn't catch this fight, Figgy taking on Jan. Petr Jan's box is so damn good. Yeah, right here. Boom. There it is right there. Boom. And there's that trip. Boom. Right here, look. Boom. Boom. If you guys didn't watch this fight, do yourself a favor, watch it. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a banger void breakdown for you. If you guys didn't catch this fight, Figgy taking on Jan. Absolutely amazing fight between both these gentlemen. Figgy had some good moments in the fight. Jan pretty much controlled the fight, and he was, you know, on fire. He was doing great. He took some time off. I believe it was a year. He had knee surgery. He comes back, and prior to this fight, Figgy was a flyweight champion. He lost the belt to Brandon Moreno, and then he went up to bantamweight. He fought Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt, and he also beat Oliveira. And then he was taking on Petr Yan. And then Petr Yan, on his, before he took this fight, he had surgery, and he was on a one fight win streak. Prior to that, he was on a 3-fight losing streak. He lost to Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Marab, and then he beat Song Yadong, and he just fought Figueiredo. But we're gonna break this fight down. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live. All right, here we go, boys. And it's one of the things that's amazing about this weight class is that they can do everything. They can strike, they can knock you out, they can grapple, they got endless cardio, and that's what you saw when these guys fought. Right here, let's get that pin right here. Figgy is the older gentleman, so his clock is ticking. You know, I would like to say maybe he has another 3 years. He'll be 39 years old if he keeps fighting in 3 years. 30 or 35. Reach, you know, probably how they're fighting, you would think that he had the reach advantage, but that's not the case. Here's Figgy, and then there is Petr Yan. But pretty much identical, to be honest with you, besides the age. A little bit of height. He's a little bit taller, but it's not like he's skyrocketing over him. Now, I think this is a better weight class for Figgy. Now, let's begin in the fight. He does such a good job. He doesn't really overreact. I mean, they both do a good job. They don't really overreact. You know, that's a horrible void, but they really don't overreact in this position, right? Petr did a good job kicking the leg to disrupt his balance. They're both waiting for him to cross the void to throw some strikes. You see Petr go from southpaw to orthodox to southpaw, reach his hand out, and when he does his hand, this is almost a point of him measuring, right? He likes to measure. A couple times, the ref, good job on you. He says, Petr, fingers. He told him to close his hands so he didn't do any eye pokes. But this is where the fight took place, and this is where Petr Yan did so well. He would throw that left hook, come behind him and trip him. I'm sure we have a still of that. But this is where the fight took place, and Petr just shined there. And Figgy has some great moments too. I feel like Figgy, right here, free body kick, shot. This is takedown right here. Look at this beautiful takedown. So, goes. This is Henry. Boom, beautiful. Like when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's actually beautiful. He throws the body kick, gets in for free, gets a beautiful takedown. And when me and the crew of the Mighty Cast were talking, they say, who do you think is gonna win? I was like, well, you know, I think any one of these guys can win. I like Figueiredo's ground game because he submitted Cody Garbrandt. He has some good scrambles on the ground with Brandon Moreno, but that was a beautiful textbook Cejudo inside trip. Beautiful, and it's a good job comes to the top. Now here is just the striking, right? Like Petr Yan's boxing is so damn good. Full extension, look at the target, right hand up. I mean, beautiful jab, or coming across depending on what side he was coming from. It's actually kind of nice seeing the old gloves again. A beautiful shot from him. And then free body kick. Now, we always talk about this on this channel. When you throw a body kick, it is pretty much free because it looks like he's orthodox and he's throwing it from southpaw. Could be. But anywho, it's a free body kick. Here's the reason why. Please pay attention. Okay, he throws a body kick. Figgy has a couple options. One, he can get out of the way. Body kick misses. Still free because he takes no damage. Two, Figgy eats it. He X blocks it. His hands are busy, which means he can't throw a punch or counter him, right? and 3. If he tries to hit Peter when he throws a body kick, he eats that in the liver, and then he's gonna be fully extended and it's gonna hurt. So this is why it's always a free body kick, because you give the opponent options. These 2, 1, 2, he's gonna eat it for free. 3, he tries to counter him. There's a chance he does get countered and he eats that body kick. So that's why it's a free body kick. But beautiful kick from Peter and X block from Figgy. But beautiful free body kick. Because after that lands, he sets his foot down and he's able to strike. Yeah, right here. Boom. There it is right there. Boom. Free body kick right there. Look. He eats it, gets set back up. Boom. And there's that trip. And right into, I love this guard pass, knee right here. So you force him to turn his hips this way, or he has to scoot this way. But since he has his hands here, he can't scoot, so he has to scoot his butt this way. But beautiful technique. I'm going to go back one more time just to watch it from the beginning. Because I don't know if the producer has more stills in there, but I just want to make sure. Okay, here we go. So free body kick. Free body kick. Right hand. Boom. Throws him right down. Beautiful. Boom. And you saw Figgy. He started scooting away. And there were points and times where Figgy did have some great moments. You know, if you go back and watch Figgy at 125, he had this type of power where he would just rock people. I think people at 135 have more weight on them, so they're able to absorb it. And it doesn't have that same effect when he was at 125. Like he hit Joseph Benavidez, and Joseph would just fall. He hit Brandon Moreno a couple times. Brandon Moreno would get rocked. But Petr Yan was able to eat these shots. And typically when Figgy does his best work is when he just goes and eats shot and he gets in that crossfire and he's able to, you know, catch the person or knock the person out. But there's a shot of Figgy doing what Figgy does, and that's just trying to put some pain on Petr Yan. But Petr Yan did a good job. Each time Figgy would come in, there's that hand he's measuring. He would back up, or he'll go right, or he'll go left. He wouldn't let Figgy get opportunity to sit there and do any type of good combinations, right? Like each time he'll come close inside the void, you would see Yan throw the uppercut, left hook, or roll, not roll, but, you know, fade out left or right. And then they will come back together. Or Figgy will hit him, and then it'll be a good shot. He'll roll out, and then he'll start his onslaught. But the biggest thing is that Petr Yan would always measure to keep him off balance, and not balance, but off guard, and then start to roll out. But very good stuff from Petr Yan for never getting that shootout with Figgy, because Figgy does hit hard. That's when he's his most dangerous, I feel like. And there's a beautiful shot from Petr Yan. Like his boxing is so clean. And the hardest thing when you fight Yan is, you know, he's so good with the boxing. And there it is right there. There's Figgy reaching with his hands. And Peter trying to hit him. Boom, right there. And then there's a jab. This wasn't a jab. I think this is more of Peter doing his thing, because you can tell by his posture he's kind of measuring right there. But this is what Peter does. If you go back and watch all his fight with Uriah Faber or anybody else he does, he loves to get that range fighter out there, and then he starts to go to work after that, or off of that, or he backs up and puts that in your face. Because you can tell it's not, I mean, it might have been a push jab, but that's more of his range fighter. Right hand is up. And there's Figgy trying to get to him. If you guys didn't watch this fight, do yourself a favor, watch it. I watched it when I was washing dishes this morning on ESPN Plus. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. There's that, right? Look at that range. Okay, we're going to back it up real quick. Beautiful flying knee from Peter right there. Beautiful flying knee. His hands are extended. But I'm going to break this down a little bit. Okay, here we go again. Okay. Boom. He sees Figgy right there. He puts his hands on him. Okay. Chooses to go uppercut. Uppercut lands. Beautiful. Right hook. Figgy blocks it. Okay, he stays inside the void. Goes for a clinch. Very nice. Figgy's backing up. He throws an uppercut and misses it. Okay, let's go a little more. Stays on Figgy. He was measuring a little bit. There's that measure. Half measure. Figgy comes in. He's southpaw too. Southpaw. Left hand lands. Figgy still comes in. Stays in front. Stays there. Grabs the hands. Gets the distance. Sees Figgy's head's going out. And he goes, flying knee. Doesn't really land flush, but it got Figgy's head up. But beautiful work from Peter. Like he strikes, comes back in the middle, waits. He doesn't really overextend. He doesn't really overreact. This is round 3, so he's got enough time to get his juices going. He doesn't really run out of it like, ah! He basically stayed there and chose the combination he wanted to throw. And there's that flying knee right there that he lands, or it looks like he almost lands it on Figgy. And there's that uppercut again. Like he would just come in inside the void, do that uppercut, start doing exchanges, and just go to work. Like he was on fire that night. And it's always interesting when you have a certain guy who likes to stand on the feet, fight another guy who stands on the feet. It's always curious who's going to be able to prevail on the feet. And here's Figgy doing his thing, you know, hitting Peter in the stomach, trying to get some. It's like every single time he got any offense off, it was almost like it got ended by the end of the round, or Peter was able to get out of there and get back to where he was doing very, very, very well. Like I said, Figgy had some good moments in the fight. It wasn't like a, even though the judges had it at one side at like 50-45, 50-45, 50-45, this was the kind of fight that I wasn't really watching it round by round. I wasn't scoring it round by round. I wasn't like, oh, wow, Peter got that round. Oh, Figgy got that round. I watched it where I was like, okay, you know, Peter's winning, but Figgy was still there. You know, Figgy just needed, you know, he needed a knockout, but it wasn't like he was blowing out the water. I felt like Figgy had some good moments in the fight. Right here, look, boom. Drops him, comes forward, knee. Tries to see him, and there's that shot right here where he dropped Petr Yan. Like I said, you know, it was a great fight. Obviously, the judges had it 50-45. And the fight was so close that, I mean, I definitely give the first round to Figgy. So, because he took his back, had him on the ground, beautiful takedown. I felt like he was in a better position to finish the fight with the body triangle and having the back. So that's why I'm like, it was a great fight, but I don't feel like it was a blowout. So when it was like 50-45, I was like, oh, I didn't feel like I watched the 50-45 fight. They both had great moments, and I think Peter just shined a little bit more. And look at that head kick landing, beautiful head kick. Once again, Figgy showed out. Figgy showed that he was, you know, he's definitely a contender at 135, especially coming up from 125. I'll be kind of curious to see how much weight he does cut or how big he gets in between his fights. And I feel like Peter is that of like a very massive, you know, 135er, but he had some great shots that he was landing on Petr Yan. There's a beautiful high kick from Figgy, landed flush, and Petr Yan's just so damn tough. He can eat some shots, and so can Figgy. They both can eat some shots. And obviously, Petr Yan was doing a good job. He was trying to get Figgy to open up. He would go jab, left high kick, and then high kick will land down, and he'll go 1-2. That's a couple things that he was doing. You go high kick, pop, pop, pop. Like his combinations were very, very good rhythms right here. Here goes spinning back elbow. Hits him right there. Boom. More of a spinning backhand. But what would happen is that they will come to this point at the inside the void. Watch right here. Comes, and Figgy would just wait there instead of changing elevation or backing up or smashing the void and going into a clinch. He'll wait there, and that's where Petr Yan was able to do the uppercut. He was able to do the jumping knee, or he was able to do the spinning back elbow or hand. So he would come in with his hands, and then he'll dictate what he wanted to do after that. And here's a spinning backhand. And caught Figgy at the very tail end of it. And here's these guys celebrating. I mean, it was a great fight. Free on ESPN. This definitely was a main event. So 5-5. It was great. And a lot of people thought this was the number one contender fight. And let's take a look at this. Significant strikes. 121-65. 79-26. 20-31. And 22-7. Honestly, I felt like the difference was giving him a hard time is this. The leg kicks. Disrupting Figgy's base. Figgy's getting there, trying to get his power off and throwing that leg kick, getting him off. And Figgy really didn't use a lot of leg kicks either, but I felt like when I was watching the fight, I was like, ooh, kick the leg, kick the leg. Because Figgy's such a heavy hitter, and he plots. He's not, you know, a rhythm guy who's moving around and doing feints and 1-2 to the body. He's a guy who's sitting there with his hands open, ready to hit you. And I was like, ooh, leg kicks to disrupt his balance and to get his cadence off. And he threw 22 of them. Now right here, he said he already beat both. Let's go ahead and look at this right here. So Petr Yan did beat Cody Sandhagen October 30th, 2021. Unanimous decision. Now when it comes to Sugar Sean O'Malley, on the record, he lost. He lost a split decision to Sean O'Malley October 22nd, 2022. 3-round decision. So what do you do next? Do you give Petr Yan the opportunity to avenge his loss against Merab? Or you ice him and wait? Because I believe Umar Nurmagomedov has a fight against Sun Yordong, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see. Honestly, I think Umar Nurmagomedov should be getting a title shot. I mean, Umar Nurmagomedov, let's take a look at him real quick. I know this is all about Petr Yan, but let's take a look. Let me pull up the UFC rankings in the bantamweight division. Okay, a lot of people like to try to forget these athletes, but let's go to the, you know. So you have Sugar Sean O'Malley. Merab already beat him. You have Umar Nurmagomedov. They have not fought, and I believe Umar Nurmagomedov is undefeated, and he's beaten Cody Sandhagen. He's beating Amar Khan. He's beating Barcelos. He's beating Manzi. He's beating Keller. He's also beat Muraf. So this man's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak, probably even more than that. And he's not getting a title shot. And it's kind of very interesting. I think, honestly, you give Umar Nurmagomedov the title shot, and maybe you give Petr Yan, you know, somebody else. That's just my opinion. He's still young. He's only 31 years old. I think it's just crazy how Umar Nurmagomedov does not have a fucking title shot yet. It's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But this was an amazing fight. What does Figgy do after this? You know, I'm not sure. You know, he is older. He's been a champion at 125. You know, I think he has more options than Peter, because he go back down to 125 and try to get a win streak going there, or you can stay at 135. So he has more of an option. Where I think Petr Yan, he wants the next title shot. But I think, you know, when I look at the rankings right now, you know, I think you give him like either give him Henry Cejudo. Yeah, give him Henry Cejudo or Mario Bautista. If he beats Henry Cejudo or Mario Bautista, I think you give him a title shot. But I think Umar Nurmagomedov is deserving of a title shot against Merab Delavish. So, boys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit that bell to know when we go live.